Hey, it's John McNicholas. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like it, please like and subscribe down below. Leave me a comment. Maybe there's another song or artist you'd like to see me cover. And then check out the Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you're going to get a PDF of this lesson as well as a guitar profile to play along with. Grab a guitar. Let's play. Alright, there's quite a few sections in this song. Let's just jump right into it. We're going to start off with that cool opening riff. So we're going to have the guitar tuned down to D. So we've got a drop D tuning here. And the riff is going to be open D, and it's all going to be hammer-ons here. So 0, 2, 5. And then we're going to play the A string, the 5th string, same pattern. And then with our pinky, we're going to pull off to get that A note again. So keep doing that over and over again, and that will get faster and faster. It's a little bit of a challenge at first. But you'll get good at it pretty quick. Next, we're going to kick into the intro. That's the very sort of pickup notes for the intro. And now the intro itself is just going to be playing 4 measures, just downstroking a D chord. And to do that, we're just going to need to play the 4th, 5th, and 6th strings. And she's doing a little muting with them. We're going to have 4 measures of this, so it's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Next, we're going to get into the verse where she starts singing. We're going to have 4 measures. They're going to keep going just like that. So 1, 2, and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now we're going to get into our first chord change, which is going to be basically a G5 chord. So we're taking these 3 open strings, and if you play those same 3 strings up here on the 5th fret, and I'm using my fingers 1, 2, and 3 as opposed to barring it, because I don't mind hearing some of those extra open strings. It gives it an even bigger and chimier sound, and we're going to have 2 measures of that. So it's going to go. So we'll have that 4 measures of D. Then 2 measures of the G. And then back to 2 measures of D. And now we're going to go up to what I'm calling an A. So we're going to have that same 1, 2, 3 pattern, but we're going to have it up on the 7th fret, and we're going to only do 1 measure. And then we're going to do a half measure of C, and this is going to be up here on the 10th fret, before going back to the open D. And that open D is going to go for 2 measures. So let's run that whole first verse, starting with open D for 4 measures. G for 2. Back to D. Up to A. To C. Back to D. The second verse is just like the first verse, except for the ending is going to be just a little different. So it'll start off with the 4 measures of D. 2, 3, now to G for 2. 1, 2, back to D. 1, 2, up to A. Up to C for a full. Back to A. A half C. Back to D. So let's do that one more time. Let's do that ending one more time where it goes from A to C, A to C. So it goes from the 7th fret to the 10th, back to the 7th, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So that last little C only has 2 beats, 4 downstrokes. Now we're going to get into the first chorus. First chorus is going to have that G chord here, but I'm adding the 3rd finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret, to give it that major sound. Right? Here's without the major. Here's with it. And it's going to have 2 measures of that. Then to D for 2. And then to A for 2. now we're going to get into that opening riff again. So it's going to go. And then we've got a little part that goes. So I'm just taking my second and third finger here. And I'm bouncing back and forth against the fifth and fourth string. So. Right, like that. Then it's going to repeat. Before it goes into the next verse. Next we get into verses 3 and 4. Verses 3 and 4 are going to be identical to 1 and 2, so it'll start off with 4 measures of that open D. Then to G, back to D, up to A, back to D. So we get that half measure of C. Then it's going to repeat. 3, 4, 2, then up to A, up to C, down to A, the short C, back to D. The second chorus is going to be really similar to the first chorus, but it's going to have a build-up in it that launches back into another chorus. So we're going to start off with that G chord that has the first finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret, back to the open D, up to A on 7, and then we're going to have so it's like going to be a D. So that G will come in, so open D, and then G will come in on 4 and. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and. So the first time it does it, just lets it ring. Second time it does it. And then we're going to have that. So it's going to have a open D, and then that G, and then we're going to have a finger on the 5th string, 5th fret, then open 4, and then go down 1 fret to 4 on the 5th string, and then bounce back and forth between that and the 4th string. Right, so it's... And then when it goes back into this pattern again, we're just going to kind of bounce back and forth between a couple notes. And then it's going to start to do a build-up. Now launching back into that last chorus, we're going to start off again with that G chord with the first finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret. Before going to the D, up to 7 for the A, and now we're going to go back into that driving pattern that we did in the last chorus. So it's going to go from D to G 4 times. Then we're going to have the riff come back in, so it's going to go. Then back up to that little dissonant part. Right? Then it's going to do it one more time. And then it's just going to end with a big open D. Well, thanks for watching. I know there's a lot of little nuances in that song, but after repeated listenings, I think you'll do awesome. Start slow, start very slow with the riff, and then work up the speed. If you like the video, please like and subscribe down below. Leave me a comment. Maybe there's another song or artist you'd like to see me cover. I've got another Palehound song in the works right now. And then check out the Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you're going to get access to a PDF of this lesson as well as a Guitar Pro file that you can play along with for hundreds more. Thanks. I'll see you in the next video.